Star Wars Outlaws officially launches tomorrow, but it appears the Force is not quite with this release. As for those who shelled out extra for the early access, the game's debut has been anything but smooth for them. While general reviews laud the game's impressive open-world visuals, they also spotlight heaps of issues that have dampened the overall excitement of the game, as players are encountering a host of issues, such as from limited customization options to clunky NPC facial animations, and as well frustrating stealth segments that lack the necessary mechanics. The open world being not so much open world and being more linear and limited than folks had originally anticipated. Also, the reputation system feels half-baked, space exploration seems like an afterthought, and the wanted system is both disappointing and underwhelming. The list goes on. Oh, and not to mention the painfully stupid AI. Add to this the litany of bugs, broken save uploads, and constant crashes, and it's clear that Outlaws has fallen short of the high expectations set by its Star Wars pedigree. But that's not really what made the official release day such a disaster for most. Rather, the real kicker here is Ubisoft essentially telling everyone who had experienced problems with the game to delete their save files and restart from scratch. Now, like any official release day in the games industry these days, it's always expected that a day one patch drops to smooth out any glitches and issues that the devs have initially missed out on, right? So naturally, seeing the bugs in Outlaws, then a day one patch should be a godsend. Well, not quite, at least for the PS5 players. This is because Ubisoft has asked a bunch of PS5 players to install the Day 1 patch update and then afterwards restart their save files from scratch due to game-breaking bugs. This is what Ubisoft had to say. To best experience the Outer Rim, we rolled out a maintenance to make sure everyone is playing the latest version of the game. As one of the players affected who had access to an older version of the game, we are aware you might be encountering some issues after this recent patch. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Once you confirm that you have the latest version, please start a new save to fully enjoy Star Wars Outlaws as our team intended. If you continue on a prior save, you will unfortunately face issues and progression blockers. Whoa, let's get this straight now. Ubisoft charged people $130 for, 3-day early access? Only to then wipe all of their progress with the Day 1 patch. Yeah, that's insane. Now, technically, Ubisoft aren't the ones wiping your save file, more so advising players to do this if they, want to play and beat the game. So this is their way around any legal repercussions from this. As because you can't progress past certain bugged quests, therefore you can't complete the game unless you delete and start over again. So yeah, the folks who got the gold and ultimate editions of the game with the 3-day early access basically paid $130 to have their progress basically gone and see themselves start over with everyone else on launch day. But get this, the plot thickens. As one user on Reddit also claimed that despite restarting from scratch, the patch still blocked players from progressing in the game, which appears to be after players leave the planet Tishara and then attempt to return to it. As for what happens in-game, Reddit user CryerShared verified that you still get stuck even on a brand new save file. Yeah, you do. Tested it by going to my ship, then taking off and trying to land again. It physically won't let me, so I need to restart my 7 hours of progress. What a load of... To make matters worse, Ubisoft's only response to help soothe the pain to PS5 players is that they will be giving those affected a trinket for their ship and some Ubisoft points. Yeah, you heard that right, a trinket for all of those dozens of hours that you lost having invested in this game that you overpaid for. It's unacceptable to say the least, and a joke that it even came down to this in the first place. What can I say? The launch debacle of Outlaws is more than just another chapter of the ongoing saga of AAA game controversies, as it highlights a growing trend of broken promises and inadequate support for early adopters. Granted, I still haven't played the game myself, but given the current state of the game, it seems prudent for potential players like myself to just wait. I don't think it's a game worth $60, much less $130. Personally, I'll probably just wait a while until a sale comes for it, as most things should be patched by then, and new content will be added. Not to mention, hopefully we'll also have access to mods, which for me is gonna be big, as seeing how Ubisoft ruined the face of Kay Vessis' actress, this game is begging for mod support to fix this, or give us helmets at the very least. As I don't know what to say here, this move was intentional, and the fact that they spent time and resources to ruin the actress's look is quite telling. Until this stuff gets fixed and put in place, it seems the best course is to keep the blaster holstered and let the game's growing pains settle before diving in. And that will do it for the Star Wars Games Update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.